Well, it's Xavier, and thanks to Simon Bremner, I found out that I am officially a bonsai dummy. But do you want to know why? Watch on. Hi, it's Xavier, and I'm in the scenic part of the garden. In fact, the only part where the sun is, because it's I think it's 2 degrees at the moment, as you might see from the smoke or the frost. Got lots of buds coming up on some of the trees, which always fool us into thinking that spring is close at hand. But we've got another week of very cold snaps, and I'm very, very glad that I didn't do any early pruning, because I was ever so tempted with everyone doing it. Not to say that's wrong for other people. Okay, so why am I officially a bonsai dummy? Well, let's take us back to my Bonsai Basics video. I think I'm actually the Bonsai Basic, and I talked about my wire caddy. Lovely gift, I've had it for 2 or 3 years from Greenwood's Nursery. And I was looking through the comments on it, and honestly, I do mean it. I reel the wire onto it from the roll. I will take that, and I will take a little thing, and I will literally wind it on like I would a reel of cotton. Well, Simon, bless him, did point out, had I ever considered going to Greenwood's or asking Corin if there's actually a quicker or better way to do it. And I decided to have a look. I didn't need to go that far, because obviously I did know that I could take the reel out. I could pull a reel out, and I thought, no, there's no way, because the wire will just jump around on it. And then I looked at the diameter of that hole, and I looked at the specifically designed diameter of the wooden centerpiece, and then I noticed those. I think they're called screws, and they don't have one on this side. They have nails on that side, which maybe suggests that maybe there was a good idea in that. So I thought, you know what, tell you what, I've got one of these. Definitely haven't got one of these. Let's see what happens if I undo the screws. This will be in a Xavier motion, I have no doubt. I'm so funny. Yes, and surprise, surprise, as probably 99% of you already knew, that comes away. And strangely enough, you can slip the roll straight on, put the caddy, and then just screw them back on. It's now on. What I have done is I put a little marking on the spool somewhere. Yeah, 6 millimeter. I also noticed that there's 6.5 meters on there, so that roughly works out, believe it or not, to £2 a meter, which again goes back into my database. So let's slot this back on, and lo and behold, 6 millimeter wire on the reel. And it didn't take me the best part of 15 minutes to wind it on, and of course the process of winding on is in itself destructive to the wire. So yeah, again, thank you so much, Simon, for helping me see the error of my ways. Usually it used to be my wife who would do that quite regularly. And another aspect, I got a load of really good comments. I hadn't looked at wire straightening before I did that video, and it quickly became apparent from the comments that there are a number of methods, and certainly Peter Chan has one where he rolls it back and forth over a bench or a straight edge, but also notice there is actually using a drill. So I will actually be demonstrating that one as well. Okay, now hopefully this will come out, but a big shout out to Brian Parnell, who then told me about one of the methods that he's seen used, and involved one of those. A little bit of block, drilling holes and pulling the wire through it. I'm not going to demonstrate that one, because there's lots of examples of it online, and I can't be bothered drilling a hole. But from that, I then discovered there's a much simpler way of that. Your vise, your bit of wire, clamp it into the vise, you screw where you can alter the speed, and then you literally get the screwdriver going, the power drill going, and apply slight pressure. And if you just apply a 45-degree bend to the angle of the I'll just come to a 45-degree angle, pulling slightly, and on this one it's broken the end, but not before. not before. You've got a fully, can you see there? Fully straight piece of wire. And that is even better than using, will it work on the big thick wire? Let's just go for the big thick 6mm and see what happens. And again, wire is straight. It's got the variations and twists. I've actually used a weaker hand drill and it's not full power, but definitely you get a lot straighter doing that. So there's that way. And also while I'm here, this is my first opportunity to say thank you ever so much to everyone who supported me, even those of you in the upside part of the world. 1,000 subscribers. Didn't dream of it on February the 28th when I first uploaded, and was it 135 videos later? And what's the bit that I love most is interacting with all the comments and things like that. Absolutely incredible. I love the bonsai community. You know, I'm all for pushing that top 7 creators. Everyone should have a go at that, just so we can hear more about each other's, a little bit about each other. And I'm also very keen about identifying all the UK bonsai creators. But no, I can't thank you all enough, and hopefully the content I've got planned for this year will at least keep you awake. So from Xavier, down the bottom of the garden, well, not down the bottom of the garden, I'm here at the Railway Sleepers with some fairly straight wire and half power electric screwdriver drill. I'll say thanks very much for watching. Thanks again for all your support. Really love it. It gives me a big hype and buzz. I say God bless, happy bonsaiing. Cheers.